Hey everyone, Chlorine King here. I'm out here at a client's pool. We're going to do an inspection here, so I just wanted to give you guys a bird's eye view of what I do during an inspection to give you guys an idea of what goes into a pool inspection. So where I always like to start out is here at the pool equipment with the system on, so I can check for leaks and make sure the returns are pushing water back into the pool. So let's go ahead and get started. I always like to do a quick stand back to see if there's anything obvious as far as issues going on. I see a couple right off the bat. Do you guys see them? Well, if not, let's go ahead and show you. First glaring one here is this is an extension cord. Definitely not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be in some conduit like this. You got this conduit connector busted here. If you look closely, you see that the salt system's not bonded. We open this up. Looks like there's some issues with the salt system possibly, or it may be just low on salt, maybe as simple as that, and it may not have been cleaned recently. So I always make notes of everything in the report. Any of the findings that we find, you should relay them to your clients however you choose. This is about as far as I go in the timer box here. I don't take anything apart because I don't want to be liable for anything if anything breaks or anything like that. Note here that the timer mechanism is grounded, so that's a great thing. And then I always look back here into the gears and make sure that they are working. And it looks like as if those are working properly, so that's a great thing. And then what I start doing too is feeling around the joints to see if there's any leaks anywhere as well. Also notice here this conduit is not strapped down, it's sort of just dangling there, so that is something that I would definitely mark in the report. You should try to secure it within 12 inches out of a device or a box like this, so a strap right here would be good for it. Now if you look here at the conduit connector, you see the lock ring right here. That should be either on the inside of the motor or nothing at all, because this O-ring here is supposed to seal to make this watertight, and unfortunately with that lock ring there, it's not watertight. Oh, here's another thing. The grease cup here is missing, so I don't see any water coming out of that, but definitely make a note of that in the report. And then one thing I like to do as well is turn all the valves. Oh, see, now when we turn the valve that way, it starts leaking. So that's indicative that there may be an O-ring issue. And then you notice too, the bearings get really loud once you turn it or settle it here. So make note of that in the report as well. The pool pump is bonded, so that's a good thing. And I will make a note of this. It looks like a previous repair has happened here. See, it looks like there's some pool putty here and there's some water sitting there. So definitely make a note of that as well. As far as that goes, the pad is solid. I don't really see any other leaks anywhere. So it's just a good idea to check all the joints of the plumbing and make sure that it is working properly. Filter gauge looks like it's working. One thing that I do to verify that is just shut the timer mechanism off. And the needle went down, so that shows that the system is working, or the filter gauge anyways. So nothing super major here. Couple recommendations, couple conduit issues, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and go over to the structure of the pool. So I just make my way back here. I always check at the end to make sure that these do close on their own, because that's a good safety feature. Now here is the pool. You can see there's a lot of dirt and debris in there. And if you look, it may be hard to see, but if you look on the wall over there, it's either going to be black algae or it looks more like cobalt staining. So I note that in the report. This is a painted fiberglass pool. You can see here the decking is separating from the structure of the pool, which means that either the decking is starting to pull away or sink, or the pool may have had, looks like there's some water's come through and pushed along the wall of the pool, which could have caused a separation as well. It might have started as a smaller crack in the past, but with water pouring in over the years, it's just starting to collapse in. So let's see, there's a settlement crack right here along the deck. Settlement cracks here in Florida are very common, so I don't make a big deal about it, but the way this beam crack is right here, it's pretty significant, where the tile joins up to the fiberglass of the pool. You can see here there's some loose tiling, again starting to pull away, and then this is separated by a settlement crack here. So take a look at the skimmer, make sure that the skimmer basket's in good shape, and then also with the pool off, make sure that it doesn't look like any previous repairs been done in the skimmer. I like to make note of that anyways. This is the incorrect lead for the skimmer, so I'd note that in the report. You can also see some surface wear down there in the deep end, and looks like there has been some patchwork to the skimmer before, and then that looks like just mold, but make note of that. Looks like there's been a repair before. Coming down the side of the pool, more cracking here, a lot of tile separating, so definitely make a note of that in the report, because this is also a safety issue. You know, someone could easily cut their foot on this stuff, and that should be repaired for the buyer. Another huge settlement crack right here. And then we come down here in the shallow end, you start looking, the paint and the raw fiberglass is showing, so gel coating is probably bad, so they probably painted this instead of gel coating it, but you can see it's raw fiberglass there and there. Then a little more here as well. So with the system on, I also like to make sure all the returns are pushing water back in the pool, and these are pretty obvious. That one definitely is, that one is. You can see the air bubbles here, so that one is. And then these three are as well. So all these returns are pushing water back in the pool, which is a great thing. Got more settlement cracking. And then what I like to do at this particular pool, because it does have a screen, I like to just go through all the panels, make sure that they don't have any holes, make note of anything that any holes that need to be replaced. And I also like to look down here too. Look like these installers did a good job, but usually they won't use stainless bolts, and they'll rust and break off. So it looks like these are in good shape. There's the light junction box. Should be about 14 inches off. That's good. Just keep checking the panels. Make sure there's nothing significant here. I don't really see any holes. They're very obvious, so I mean you would notice them if there's an issue. So the screen looks to be in good shape. And what I like to do as well is try to find the bonding, because the screen enclosure should be bonded along to the pool equipment. I don't know what happened there, guys. My camera just shut off. So anyways, I'm trying to find the bonding wire to the screen. Not really having much luck. I always like to check these supports, make sure they're nice and taut. I'm not finding the bonding wire, so I'll keep going around as I'm looking. Make sure these are nice and solid. You don't want them really loose. So I'll just continue to make my way around. Oh, there's a hole right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but make note of that in the report as well. But the structure seems to be in great shape, so I'll just continue to look for a bonding wire and go from there. But yeah, there's definitely some notes. I'll let the seller or buyer know that there's definitely some separation here. It could be from several factors, a lot of cracking. And one other thing I like to look for is to make sure the light is working. Now if you look, it does look like there is some water in the housing, so we're not terribly sure if this light's going to work. Looks like there's a switch over here. So you can see now that the light is on, but there is some water in the housing, so definitely make note of that in your report as well. So that's basically it, guys. That's a inspection that I like to do, you know, what I like to look for. And every pool is different, you know. You're going to have different situations. You may have a screened-in pool. You may not have a screened-in pool. You know, maybe a huge equipment nightmare. You might have a ton more equipment than what's here. But this gives you an idea of what to look for in an inspection. And that's about it. So have a great day, everyone, and stay tuned for the next videos from Chlorine King. Have a great day.